Well, from the United States, Bruce Davidson Jr., better known as Buck, the 34-year-old rider from Regersville, Pennsylvania, aboard Ballynoe Castle, 10-year-old bay gelding Irish-bred Belgian. And his dressage score, the penalty's 47.0, 29th place. So he has a lot of work to do in cross-country. He's got to finish clear. But one of the great names in the sport, Jimmy Wofford, his dad, Bruce Sr., quite a performer in your beloved sport.
Quite a performer. They've got a statue of Buck's father out there at the front of the stadium on one of his many winners of the event here at Rolex, Tim. And I will tell you, the only person more excited about watching Buck as he starts out is his dad. I know his dad is here today, and I'll bet you his heart's in his mouth. He never got nervous when he was riding around here, but I'll bet you $1,000,000 he's nervous right now. Buck started out good, you know, he looks very composed. The horse is obviously galloping, obviously strong, but he's in hand. These are big brushes here. The horse steps right through it. Look how quickly Buck got his reins back. He slipped the reins, let the horse have his head, and then zipped his hands, moved back up, and he's back up over the horse's withers and galloping away, heading for this huge Oxford at number 6.
Jimmy, everybody looking in who doesn't follow the sport often wonders about that goofy-looking stuff on the legs. Maybe you can explain that for them.
Yeah, you know, I hate that stuff. It's going out of style now. It's basically Vaseline, and the riders say, well, if my horse hits a jump, he'll slide over it. Oh, please, Tim. You know, I have 2 daughters. I used to put it on the bumpers of their cars. It never worked. They don't slide around it. Plus, I mean, in all seriousness now, the Vaseline seals in the heat. The horses, it affects their cooling just a little bit, and I don't want anything to interfere with the cooling process of my horse. Plus, it's ugly, and it gets all over the place. I hate it, in case you were interested.
I'm really glad I asked, Jimmy.
I hate it, but I'll tell you, I love the way Buck's going on. Did you see his approach up to that Oxford? I mean, that Oxford is huge. It's a little airy, meaning the horse has to really keep his eye on the top rail, and Buck just skims over it. A little trouble coming down the hill, getting it back in hand. Here we go. Almost stops at the first rail. Pull away. Good thinking on Buck's part. If he had tried to keep going the short way, he would have had a refusal. This is going to take him some extra time, but he's okay. He got through the last element. He lost a few seconds there, but Tim, that's way better than 20 penalties. Quick thinking saved the day right there for Buck.
Well done. So he stays on his dressage score at 47 so far, and we'll come back and see what happens with Buck Davidson in just a moment.
We have 2 famous families in the horse world represented here over the World Championships, Tim. Buck Davidson is out right now on the course. We saw him go a little earlier. Here you see him now galloping down the turn, really trying to make up some time. Ingrid Klimke just started for the German team. Her father, the late Rainer Klimke, one of the greatest riders of all time, multiple gold medals. Buck's father, Bruce Davidson, multiple gold medals. There is something genetic. But I'll tell you, Buck's getting it done here.
Interesting having them both on the course at the same time, Jimmy. And that's already the early part of this race, this run for Davidson has been eventful, to say the least.
Yeah, you know, he is not going to be perfect. Here we go with Buck now, making this turn. This happens really quickly. Look at his eyes. He looked left. The horse followed him up the hill. Susanna Bordone just had trouble there. Buck has no trouble at all. Forever. You never forget that. And when you're a coach, you tell people like that. You say, Buck, don't lose your concentration for a second. And he's got a refusal at 15.
Buck Davidson with a refusal by Ballynoe Castle.
The first horse of the day to stop at that jump.
It'll cost him 20 penalties on top of that dressage score that he brought in of 47. So you see the change now to 67 for Davidson of the U.S.
Oh, that's sickening, but Watch now. One more jump there. I was waiting to make sure he jumped that one clean. But that's good coaching, Tim. You notice the minute he had the refusal, Buck went a slower way, but a more sure way. He went longer, he went around, but the jumps are slightly easy at that. Here we go now. Buck setting up. Jump 23 and 24. One stride. Getting it done.
So Buck Davidson heading down to the finish area here. And a 20 penalties added for that one refusal. We'll be back. Okay, we're watching Buck Davidson. Over one more jump to go. Heading into the finish line now, the American Buck Davidson. He did pick up the one refusal, 20 penalties added onto his dressage score, so he is at 67.0.